I'm not sure if you've seen what's been happening online and how people are responding to J. Cole's song. But what are your thoughts on how male celebrities, and specifically in this case, J. Cole, is maybe responding to criticism of how they're handling police brutality and fighting against injustices?
Well, I mean, I think I'll speak specifically like to his song and his lyrics, and I would almost want to say that his lyrics, or even his take on it, for that matter, you know, it's not just him in terms of feeling that way, right? And so I always, think about it as like being a coach, right? And so with a coach, you have, your 12 or your 13 players, right? And, it takes a minute to figure out how to coach each player, because each player is different, personalities is different, and how they'll receive things is totally different, right? Mm-hmm. One star player you can run up on him. Hey, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. I'm trying to tell you right now. You can do that to him. He'd be like this. All right, coach. All right, I'm on. And then the very next star player, you run, man, what you doing? You gonna? And then he'll be like this. He'll be defeated because that's not the way he can't digest it that way. Same player, you say, listen, man, that was a bad play. I wish we can get that one back, but this is what I need you to do. Just make those 2 changes for me, and we could. And then that same player's like, got you. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So what we're having is, it's just a slight communication issue where sometimes the tone or the verbiage just doesn't, it doesn't connect with everybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's tough to say if there's a right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just individuals expressing how they feel. Like, I felt like your tone, I feel like you're yelling at me. You're not teaching me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you stepping on me while you're trying to correct me all at the same time, and I don't like it. Some people feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But I can also be like this. I feel it. I understand your frustration. I understand why you're saying it that way. And so I won't receive it as a slight to me. I will take me out of the equation completely and just listen and see where you're coming from. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And some people are able to do that and some people are not. I can't totally speak to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just know that language is, depending on how it's projected, it's subjective. You know what I mean?
I get you. I think it was surprising because we have seen J. Cole use his platform to speak out. And so when I read her tweet, to me, she's someone who has experienced that.
So I got to read her tweet. I think I have to go read her tweet because I haven't read her tweet. I just heard the song and I was like, let me maybe try and figure what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't read her tweet, so you kind of educate me on that.
She's been on the receiving end of people saying, nah, you're not getting it. You need to educate yourself. And I think that was the difference. She went out, she educated herself, created a book club to educate others. And it felt almost like J. Cole, although he said, yeah, I'm not doing enough, it was almost like he put the onus on her to change her tone as opposed to taking accountability and saying, it's not tone, especially in a space where we're fighting for Black women to be protected. We don't need to hear correct your tone. We need to.
Well, what did he say? Did he say like change your tone?
He literally said the word. Her tone bothers me. It's the tone that bothers me. She might be right, but it's the tone that bothers me.
Right. I mean, and so it goes back to my coaching scenario, right?
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody can't receive it the same way. You know what I'm saying? And I know Cole is a frontline guy, you know what I'm saying, in terms of, fighting for all of us. You know what I'm saying? He's a frontline guy.
That was the part.
Yeah, so I like, here's my thing. Like, I try to find a way to be like, okay, well, I try to make the glass half full as opposed to half empty. You understand what I'm saying? And we're in such a glass half empty or quarter empty type time right now.
I get you.
That ain't nobody trying to make no glass half full
I
right
think
now.
today just wasn't the day. We tired, man. Black women are tired. And like you said, you see this video where the woman's being hit with a skateboard on the heels of that woman being put in a dumpster. The things that are happening. Still, Breonna Taylor's murderers have not been arrested. And I just think it's piling on. It's piling on. And so that just like a, hey, don't call us out. You do your work. I think that was the.
And you know what? I think it is, and it's timing too. It's timing. I think it was probably a tough time, a very tough time in timing for that line. You know what I'm saying?
Some time to reflect. I know Chance the Rapper said something and I think that's what needs to happen. Black men, you know, when you see your brother kind of slipping, or maybe he took a left when he should have took a right, I think it's the Black men that need to be checking their Black male counterparts and friends and family.
Period. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be willing. You got to be willing to, you know, you got to be willing to cause that friction. You know what I'm saying? And or for the greater good. You got to be able to, you know, like, hey, no, not right now.
Not right now.